There's no reason. There's no reason. There was no reason. Play my game, get thrown in the mix, fall off the deep end. Ain't playing with the shit, all the lies and the tricks, and end up leaving. Eastside shot, no luck, ain't slick.
You know what's going on? It's Beto Dead, fresh out of the 90s. Shout out to this exclusive interview with Street Hustlers TV.
There you go, man. So, we appreciate you taking the time out to sit up with us today. You know what I mean? We know you're a busy guy, but we definitely feel like you've accomplished like so much within the last 2 years. So we definitely had to link up with you and just talk about, you know, some of the experiences and some of the things that you've accomplished in the last 2 years. So like, first we'll get into all that, but tell us a little bit about yourself and, you know, how long you've been doing music, how long have you been producing, and like, how did you get into music? Like, what was your influence? Like, was it in your family, or is it just something you just picked up?
I've been producing for about like 6 years now.
6 years?
Yeah, I started because I wanted to rap first. So I ain't had the beats I wanted to rap on. So I had to start making beats, but I started like rapping and shit. Like I was writing like poems and shit, just writing like, you know, everybody wanna be a rapper. So I started doing that. It was like 4th grade, and I could, you know, last recall writing something down, trying to rap something. But I just ain't have the beats, so you know, I had to just start making beats. And then, you know, over time I just got fly. And that shit just took over more than anything else.
What was your major influence for music growing up? Like, who was your favorite artist? And like, is there any producers that you look up to, or?
I was listening to a lot of local music. So you feel me? Like everybody local in the city. My homeboy JT, when he had the Gangsters and Thugs going on, what really set it off for me to start making beats, cause man, he went to the same school. He known as Trillion the 1040 right now. You know, he got a gold plat, he producing records for NBA Youngboy and shit. But like a lot of other local niggas like 5th Street, Breathe, and then Body Slam, Psycho. Like I was listening to all of them in like 2010 and shit. So you feel me? That was my major influence. Yeah, that's what really started. That's what really started it for me.
So before you even had a chance to work with them, you were kind of like, you know, you were already like listening to their music and kind of vibing to them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And do you remember the first track that you ever produced?
I don't remember the first track I produced, but I remember the first beat I sold. I sold my first beat for $100. I sold it to Toe Down. I was at
OG.
I was at On Beat, Oscar Old Studio, when it was still on Palm Beach Lakes. Not the one before that. That's when I started producing. I was going to that. The one on Palm Beach Lakes, the On Beat on Palm Beach Lakes. I sold my first beat to Toe Down for $100.
That's what's up, man. All right, so tell us a little bit about the artists that you had the pleasure of working with so far.
Well, you know, of course, Psycho, like me and him, I vibe 100. But we done did a lot of big shit with like big mainstream industry artists, and you know, Kodak Black, Rich Homie Quan, City Girls, Skipper the Flipper, Black Youngster, like those people, like, you feel me, we should like special bonds with, cause we actually did more than just make music with them. Like we sit down and vibe with them. Like Rich Homie Quan, we could go to the A and go stay in his house for like however long we there. We could sleep there, you know. The same thing with Skipper the Flipper. What's good, bro? We could do the same thing with Skipper the Flipper. You feel me? And City Girls, you know, we got the pleasure of working with them. Should I FaceTime JT here and there? So, you know, sometimes when I make a beat, I just don't gotta wait for somebody to hit me, be like, oh yeah, they need beats, and send them. Should I just send them straight to her phone?
So that's what's up. So you've built like quite a relationship with some of the people that you work with. And that's some of the things that, you know, like what advice can you give to some of these young producers out there as far as like relationships versus money? You know, a lot of times people think that the money is more important and they underestimate the power of a relationship. So what kind of advice can you give them as far as that goes?
Niggas be eager for the money, cause like, you know, you doing it to become, you feel me, put yourself into a better situation for yourself and like your life. So, you know, the money come with it, but it's really, you know, you start off with the music. You start off with the music and the positivity, like, that's where it all start off at. So, you feel me? Business is a major thing within the music, but until you learn the business, make sure your craft there. Like, you feel me? Perfect your craft. Beat on that bitch like countless hours, sleep in that studio or wherever the fuck you gotta go to, make what you gotta make. But just beat on your craft, and then your opportunities gonna come, but you gotta be ready for them opportunities when they come. So, beat on your craft.
How did you and Psycho link up? How did you guys get together, and how did the 90s come together? You know what I mean? Like, was that just kind of off, like, was it organic vibe, or was it just something that, like, what's the distinct memory can you remember, and like, how did the 90s come up? Like, how did you guys decide, like, oh, we're gonna call ourselves the 90s?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And run with that.
Like I said, I've been listening to local music, so I've been fucking with Psycho as far as like his music and shit. Before he knew me, I was listening, you feel me, his early shit, and he motivated me a lot more to be able to rap on the beats I made, because that's what I was hearing, that's what he did. So when I was going to own beat, I always run into him, you feel me? But I remember one time, him and Double A stopped by, and he was like, you know who I am? I was like, yeah, I know who you is, but I'm coming for your ass, boy, you sleep. You feel me? Then it just started off like that. He was like, like, I ain't really hear no shit tell me no shit like that, because I was young as fuck at the time.
Friendly competition.
Yeah, you feel me? It ain't like no hatred, jealousy, and no shit. I'm just like, I'm number one, I'm coming for that spot. And he was like, shit, I ain't gonna lie, I respect that little bro. So like, we talked for like a little bit, it was like a short conversation, but he was like, you feel me? At the end of the day, it ain't about competition, you feel me? We should all link up and, become a power team. So, you feel me? That shit left it like, it left something on my mind. So, over time, I was thinking about it, I'm like, damn, that shit would be harder if we could recreate like a big production team, like the 808 Mafia or some shit. Then he stopped by the studio another time, and I guess he hit up all the producers, and he had like a little conference or whatever. He was like, shit, let's all get together and make some shit. But me and him took the initiative to really start it and set it off. So like, yeah, me and him, we run the 90s.
And who's more turned in the studio, you or Psycho?
Like, our chemistry there, so like it's damn near even. Outside the studio, I'm a little more laid back, and he crazy. That's why his name's Psycho, you feel me? He crazy, that nigga out of there. But when we get in the studio, we both be on some whole other shit.
What are some of the places that music has taken you that you've never expected to go before? You know what I mean? Like, everybody has that. I think every artist has that moment where, where they travel outside of their comfort zone. Like, let's say you travel outside of Florida and you like, damn, like, there's so many other things that I could have done with my life, but I'm doing something that I love, and look where it has gotten me. So what are some of the places that stand out to you?
Shit. Before I started doing that shit for real, I had went to like New Orleans. And like, that was my first time getting outside the state. But like, doing the music shit, that shit took me everywhere else. Like, I went on tour, Rich the Kid. We hit like 14 states. Shit, I went to LA. That shit, I fell in love with LA.
And that was a tour with Psycho?
Not when I went to LA, but on the tour with Rich the Kid. Psycho was featured on the tour.
On the tour, okay.
So it was Rich the Kid and Psycho.
Okay.
And we hit the 14 states. That shit was dumb lit, I ain't gonna lie. That was the most fun I ever really had.
Did you still work while you were on the road?
Yeah, we had a studio on the bus.
Oh, that's
We had a studio on the bus, we had beds. Nigga had a bathroom on the bus.
So there was no slacking going on?
PlayStation games, no, it wasn't no slacking, but it was fun. We worked while we played and, did shows and shit. Yeah. Did a show every day for a whole month and a half damn near.
That's what's up. Who would you like to work with in the future? If there was anybody you can work with, who would you like to work with in the future?
I want to work with Lil Wayne, Big Sean, and Wiz Khalifa.
You said those real quick, so that means like they were like right there on your mind.
Yeah, they been there. You feel me? They been, that's where I want to go with it.
Any particular reason why? Is it just because that's who
Wiz and Wayne was like my favorite artist for a long time.
Okay.
Wiz brought me out the shell that I was in. You feel me? Made me more a little open. And just Lil Wayne, I feel like he the best rapper to me. My generation, he the best rapper to me. And just Big Sean, that nigga, he be snapping. He be saying some crazy shit. I wanna work with him.
What's your favorite Wiz album? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you mine. Mine is Cushion Orange Juice.
I like Cushion Orange Juice. Yeah, I like Cushion Orange Juice. Other than that, like album, like for real, I like Rolling Papers.
Rolling Papers?
Yeah, the first Rolling Papers, because I like the race that damn much.
Gotcha.
That song, The Race.
The Race.
That shit gonna stick with me
forever.
My whole life.
Bro, it's crazy because actually when I jog in the morning, I always end my jog with The Race. Just because it gives you that motivation to finish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, The Race and When I'm Gone.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Tell us a little bit about growing up, where you're from.
Shit.
Or for the people that don't know where you're from, let them know where you're from and tell us a little bit about growing up there.
I'm from, but I wasn't really raised there. I'm from downtown.
Okay.
Like, as far as I can remember, like, you know, I was real young. We were staying in Dunbar Village.
Okay.
And we moved out there when I was about like 3, 4. I mean, I couldn't really remember that shit, but I remember staying in the White House projects till I was like 8. And then I moved to like East Side, like 95. And then that's where I really grew up at, like on Belvedere.
Okay. So kind of like so you a little bit downtown, a little bit out west, a little bit.
Yeah, not much out west, but like on the east side.
East side.
And then like in 10th grade, I had moved to the Rock.
Okay.
On S Ave and whatnot. My mama had moved out there.
So I want to know that feeling, or can you describe to the people that feeling that you get when like you're riding in a car, or like even if you're with like, you know, friends and family and like you hear a record that you produced or like the 90s produced on the radio, like describe that feeling to us.
Shit, I don't, like, my life be moving so fast right now because it's just so much shit going on and I really work that I don't never have time to reflect. So when I do hear my own shit and like really sit back in that time that it's playing, to really like absorb all that shit in and reflect on it, like that shit mean a whole lot. Like that shit, that's what everybody work for, you feel me? But living in it, you don't really all the time, like, you know, notice what's going on while you living this shit. Like, it's crazy. But that shit, I don't know, bro, that shit, I ain't never had that situation where, you know, I done got a whole bunch of shit and then sat down and like broke down crying like, bitch, I ain't come from nothing. But like, I came from nothing, for real, for real. Like, I'm still the underdog, but I was the underdog for a long time. And I had to stay down to get to where I'm at. But I'm not where I'm trying to go yet, but you know, that shit crazy. Hearing the Sweet Tooth record from the City Girls' last album, hearing Kodak No Feelings from his album he dropped on Valentine's Day, and he dropped that on my birthday, so that shit like that, like, that shit happened, that shit hit a nigga for real.
Motivating.
I mean, like, that's what I really remember from like living downtown. Cause like I'm really a conscious person, and like just hearing and seeing what's going on, hearing about what people talking about what's going on within the city, that's what really, like, you know, that shit stuck with me. And then I knew what was going on from like a real early age, like a little past toddler years and shit. Like I know what's going on. That's what really, you know, got me like on some conscious shit right now. Cause like you like, damn, the fuck. Shit, I ain't never used to watch TV and shit. I used to be like, other shit going on, but I was never really fucking with, I wasn't never really on no crazy shit like everybody else was. I was just, you know,
you was just doing you.
In the middle of the shit.
Yeah.
Being around it. That's true. Living downtown, seeing that shit go on. So that's what I really remember from being down that way.
Did living down that way motivate you to get out?
Nah.
Like the violence and everything?
Nah, it ain't, cause I ain't really see nothing past it. Like, that's just life, like that, it become a normal. So like, that's just what you know, like that's what it is to be. Shit, if you're not in that, if you doing something else, you just gotta figure it out. Yeah. Cause you ain't really got nobody to tell you, and I wasn't really watching TV for me to see people doing anything better and to know. So I just picked the music shit up like on the fly, like, and just seeing, oh shit, this what this shit could turn into while I'm doing it. Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. That's real.
Yeah. So shit real crazy, bro, because I ain't come from that shit.
Yeah.
And I knew where I wanted to go with it, and I wanted it to be like that, but I didn't know it was gonna turn into that. You feel me?
So how are you adjusting to the industry hours and working long hours and, you know, having deadlines and stuff like that? Like,
I done got used to it, but like me wanting to do what I wanted to do, I adjusted to it before it came. So like, you feel me? Like for all the people who go out there trying to do this, cause that's what these niggas do, like that's cool. But for me, I was living like that, and then all the shit came with it.
gotcha.
Like I just wanted to be so good at producing, cause I had dropped out of school. To do this shit, you feel me? And I had to know, you feel me? I had a good reason to drop out of school, so I had to be in the studio beating on my craft to get fired. For my reason to be legit, you feel me? For it to be a valid reason for me dropping out of school. So I'm up all night, cooking up, making beats, trying to get better at what I'm doing. And then when I started making it to like, you know, mainstream industry point, shit, that's what they was doing anyway, cause everybody on the same shit. So I'm up working, and all that other shit came with it. I wasn't fame at all. I just wanted to be as good and, you know, claim what was mine. Shit, if I made a beat, you know, that's my beat. You know, I deserve everything that comes with that. I ain't chasing the money though, you feel me? I just want to be known as Beto made that, Beto the producer, you feel me?
Tell us a little bit about high school.
Shit, high school, I was popular, but I wasn't cool popular. Everybody just know me. Everybody just knew me. Shit, I was, you feel me? I was short as fuck. I was short as fuck, and I was cool. You know, I was goofy. I'm always laughing, always smiling and shit. So everybody fuck with me. Ain't nobody who really don't fuck with me. I'm just a cool ass young nigga. Cool person to know.
Tell us about some of your up and coming projects.
I'm working on my debut solo tape. You know, I'm gonna drop an EP. And then I got something in plan for the album. I can't tell y'all the name yet because I don't want nobody jacking my name. That's my alias that I'm gonna go by when I name the album. But the solo tape coming real soon. You know, I can't really describe the sound, it's hard to do that, but when it drops, y'all know.
What can people expect from this album that's gonna be coming out? Like, is this gonna be more about you and less about the 90s, like more kind of like your vibe, or?
Shit, it's hard for people to get to, like, it's hard for people to understand me. So that would be like a big explanation, you know? Me, I'm like, it's like Sonic trying to get to understand me. It's like physics or something, you feel me? It's hard to understand me. But once you hear it, see it, you see it for what it is and you'll know, you know? So that's how I'm approaching it, like, and that's how I'd approach people. When they hear it, then they'll get to understand who Beto really is.
Do you have any singles that people can look forward to right now?
Hot Summer and Too Hot. Too hot, way too hot.
Are those available for download right now or not really?
What's up?
Are those available for download right now?
No, not right now. It's still in development and I ain't got a release date yet. But it's coming out real soon, real soon.
All right, so for the inquiring minds that want to know, are you single? Do you have a girlfriend, or?
I'm single. I ain't gonna lie, I'm single, but I'm talking to somebody.
Talking to somebody?
Yeah. She, you know, they'll feel some way.
So somebody's gonna watch this and feel some type of way about this.
Nah, they'll feel some type of way if I said I wasn't talking to nobody.
You know, in Palm Beach, talking to somebody is like equivalent to saying you're single.
Yeah, I'm single though. You feel me? Living my best life.
Living your best. So, what was your most memorable moment on tour? And I'm gonna toss in a bonus question with that. I'm gonna tie a question with that, and also ask you, who is the best prankster on tour as well? Like when you guys are out of town, like who is the best prankster?
Shit, we was in Atlanta and the show got canceled. So we was there for like 3-4 days. This bitch James, he like the manager like for Lost Key. This nigga James ate Psych oatmeal. That nigga Psych got so mad about that oatmeal. Like the tour bus split up in a beef. It was like 10 niggas on the bus. It was split in half. Fucking, we sent IMAX to go run down on James. You feel me? He had to get him, you feel me, for eating the oatmeal. He ain't want to do it. So we had, you feel me? That's a video on YouTube. We had ended up in Iowa. It was like 4 degrees. We had water guns, fucking, and the best prankster, you can't fuck with Psych and Booby Dog. Them niggas don't play fair. Like, don't fuck with them niggas. Them niggas don't play fair.
I seen the video. I think I actually seen the video when Psycho hit you with the stack of money when you were asleep.
Oh yeah, we was in LA. He had hit me. I was asleep, bro. I was knocked the fuck out. It was a long night. You know, I don't really go to sleep till like 7, 8 in the morning. So I fell asleep in the daytime, you know, next to a window, and he had hit me with a stack. It was like $20,000 he hit me with. But it was hard. It was a big ass brick of 20s. It was 20s to a straight dub. Nigga hit me with $20,000. But yeah, we was on tour. James ate Psych oatmeal. So, you know, we sent IMAX to go run down and like handle that. He ain't want to do it. Instead, we had, I forgot who we got. We had somebody with the water guns in the hotel lobby. Inside the water guns got mustard, ketchup, Gatorade, water, milk,
oh
milk,
man,
alcohol, and we fucked up the lobby. I think IMAX told that we did that shit. He told the manager that we did it. The manager came to the tour bus to like, you know, somebody said y'all came in here and did this to the lobby. So we had to go to the IMAX room where he was sleeping at and fuck him up in the room with the water guns and shit, bro. He's sleep. It's a video on YouTube.
Oh man. That's crazy. So so the water gun fight was definitely the most memorable moment.
4 degrees.
And 4 degrees weather.
Yeah. Snow outside. It's damn near a blizzard. You know. That shit was fun as hell.
That's what's up, man. For the people that's not following you on social media, man, how can they get a hold of you? How can they follow Beto? I know you're doing. Matter of fact, I almost forgot, man. Talk about the Beto Beat Challenge, man. That's something that you put up on IG and Facebook.
I did the Beto Beat Challenge because, you know, right now I'm a lot more busy than I ever been. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the times, a lot of people hit me up in the city about buying beats that I never really get the chance to, you know, bust them up and sell the beats to them. So I made, you know, 3 beats that I got in the cut, and then I posted a challenge just to pay homage back, just to show love to the city, you know, for not being there when they want me to, you know, for whoever win the beat challenge, you freestyle to the beat I posted on the YouTube, and then you get them 3 beats for free. Just because I'm not always there in the city, you know, for the people who need me.
That's real.
I just did that just to show love to the city.
That's real. Did you find a winner yet?
Yeah, I got two winners. Sauce Carleone and Will Castle. If you go to my Instagram or my Facebook, you will see them. But they had won it, and I'm about to post another beat challenge.
That's what's up, man. Let the people know what your social media is so they can go and follow you right now.
Shit, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, I'm Beto Dead Fresh. You know, my nigga Beto with me, Dead Fresh, all that. I'll leave the tag and, you know, whatever the description of the interview is. But on Snapchat, it's Jaru94. JRRU94.
And quick question before we take off, I gotta ask, how did you get the name Beto Dead Fresh? Like, where did that come from? Like, or Beto with me Dead Fresh? Like, where did that? So I remember Psycho saying it in the song, but I know it had to come from something.
Yeah, I've been Beto. I ain't gonna lie, it took me a while to get a name, but my homeboy Trillion 1040 and Fendi, shit, they was like, bitch, we just gonna start calling you Beto, cause you know, you from Barbados and shit, your dad from Barbados, you know, you Asian, so they gonna call me Beto. And then I started fucking with Sight, and he was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, like, I fuck with you, I'm finna give you a shout out. He piped me up. And then he was like, you feel me, but you gotta live up to it, like, you feel me? Bitch, you gotta be fresh every day. I'm like, alright, bitch, cool, go ahead, run it. He do the song, he said the song took him like a week to make. We had made the song together, it was the Up On Me record.
Yeah.
into the song, he was like, my nigga Beto with me dead fresh. You know, after that, I just took that shit and ran with it, because it stuck with everybody. It stuck with the whole city. It stuck with everybody in Broward, Miami. Shit, I'm popping in big ass clubs that shit I can't even get in, man. You feel me? I'm getting in. Just off my name and shit. You don't pipe me up real quick off of that shit. Hell yeah, because I had a few occasions with Kodak.
Tell us a little bit about it. Talk to the people a little bit about working with Kodak and how that experience was.
Working with Kodak. I had the pleasure like meeting Kodak before he even popped. When he was still like Project Baby, like skinny, low cut Kodaks. You feel me? Pulling up in like rental Jags. It was probably Stolo's fault, I don't know, you feel me? But he'll pull up to the studio with like 4 of his cousins and shit. And like back when like Kodak was like, he'll be in a booth and he'll still be like intimidated and shadow record. You know, he asking like, he'll drop something and then he'll ask people like, you fucking with this? This sound good? Shit, I seen him like, you know, I done been in the studio with him for like 3 times before that. Then, you know, he was going somewhere else and then he popped. Then I got in the studio with him again with Psycho, G, Lost Key, and fucking Josh, Coke Boy, AR Josh, and he was in the studio, so shit, you know, they went in the room to like introduce themselves and shit, so you know, introduced ourselves, so we went back in the other room, we was making beats and shit. I'm like, shit, let's open the door and just blast beats, you know, he gonna hear what he hear, and shit, he gonna either fuck with it or he won't. So he ended up coming out to the door, he like, man, bitch, that shit hard. That was in No Feelings beat. And we was like, hell yeah. Dude, that shit for you, you feel me? If you can slide that shit. He ended up, you feel me, he was like, send it to my email right now. Send it to him, he went in the other room, he started dropping on it. Shit, it started off as a love song first. And then he had got a call that his homeboy had got shot. So he ain't even finished the record that night. Shit, the next morning, you know, his homeboy had ended up passing away. So he came back on the record talking about how his homeboy passed away. You feel me? Feel like it was his fault and whatnot. Shit, go listen to the record. You'll see, you'll notice the break and whatnot. But that record fire, you feel me? That's how it came about. He was really in his feelings that night. I don't know, he crazy though. That nigga crazy.
But at the end of the day, you still enjoy working with him.
Yeah. Like his energy source come from I don't know where. But he crazy. He just out of there. He just a nigga from Broward, bro. Regular nigga from Broward that just popped and became something.
How was it like working with Rich Homie Quan?
Quan cool. Quan will embrace you like if you his little brother or his son, you feel me? He gonna tell you to pull up. Shit, he going shopping with you. We in the mall, we in the crib, we eating, playing a game. He got a theater in his house, you gonna sit down, you feel me, watch Menace to Society or some shit. That shit gonna be lit. And then y'all just gonna drop the song. He like to work in the morning, but you know, he gonna get it in eventually with him, but you know, he really take you in as his family before he start fucking with you.
So with him, it's more like a relationship type thing.
Right.
Like it's not always about the money.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's how that go. But that's what the industry about. It's about them relationships.
All right, any last words before we go, man? We really do appreciate you taking the time out, man. We know you're a busy dude. We know you got a lot going on. So for you to take the time out to talk to the street hustlers, talk to Hookman Jones, I appreciate you, bro. But just go ahead and any last shout outs before we go.
Man, I appreciate all y'all getting to know Beto Dead Fresh for who Beto is. And it's a lot to come out. It's a lot of hard work going on right now. Shout out to everybody that supported me, helped me get to where I'm at now. It's too many of y'all to name, to be real. But shout out Psycho 1040, the whole Lost Key, the whole YNE, shit, the whole Palm Beach, cause everybody really, you feel me? I give credit to everybody who helped me come up and whatnot. Nutso, Trap 1000, like all them boys. That's the time rocking, bro. I'm paying homage the whole way through. And that's it. Exclusive Street Hustlers TV. Yeah, we in there.
There's no reason. There's no reason. There was no reason. Playing my game, get thrown in the mix, fall off the deep end. Ain't playing with the shit, all the lies and the tricks, and end up leaving. Eastside shot, no love, gang slick till it pop. Chest cold, just got a little rocky. Lot of ice, just call me Black Poppy. Hard cold, beast mode. Real hot summer out in LA. Bad bitch kicking like East Bay. Florida boy sticks, how we play. You ain't really living like that. You ain't really living like. Left the bitch and got right. I'ma work all night. Top off the Hummer, the Jeep match. Got a boy back, let a man patch. The day I counted 5 racks. I'ma fuck it up and get it all back. Seats filled up for the game, I'm in Calabasas. All the model bitches in the yard crash. All the cars coupes in the yard max. There is no sleeping. You ain't really living like me. You ain't really living like me. Infinite love for all my brothers. With them I really see.